This is going to be very, very interesting.
Hello, welcome to another video. This time of the PlayStation 2 collection, which has shrunk down a fair bit, to be honest, over the last couple of years. Just shy of 100 games now, so I've sold probably about 120, 130. It's just not going to play them. I'm just not going to play half these games. I mean, just sitting there, so yeah. PlayStation 2 does hold a bit of nostalgia for me. The girlfriend at the time actually bought the PlayStation 2 on release. She'd already pre-ordered it and that, so, and she bought a couple of games. I don't know if I bought something as well, I'm not sure. I won't say I was waiting for the GameCube, but I did obviously get that when it came out on release. Oh, I mean, yeah, some great games on the PS2, goes without saying. Quite a few good shooters. Yeah, got a decent selection here, but games I'm likely to play again perhaps. So I was checking the memory cards out the other day, PS2, which is now set up for this video, and some of them games I've not played since the likes of 2003. It's like, that's 20 years, that's mad. Anyhow, on with the collection. They are in alphabetical order, which is just the way I am. A few Platinum games I've not got round to, or probably intend to replace the Platinum games with the original releases. Probably not something I'll do with the PS2, I don't know. Anyhow, on with it. First up then, 1945, 1 and 2, the arcade games, yeah, that's all it is. This is a bog standard vertical scrolling shooter if you ask me. Not particularly great. Obviously they're just souped up from the original like 1942, 1943 games. Big bosses, all mechanical bosses and stuff like that, and extra firepower and so forth. Yeah, it's alright, but forgettable. Okay, one of the earliest games, I think it was, anyway, on a PS2, one my then partner bought, was this, Aqua, Wet Tricks 2. It was a game for the Dreamcast, I think it was the first one. This basically, you're building lands, putting water into the lands, make sure it doesn't leak. Disasters come along, you've got to avert disasters. You create rainbows and other stuff. It's actually quite a decent game for its day. That's about what I remember. Next up, Steelbook, Area 51. I don't remember anything about this game, to be honest. I remember playing a PlayStation 2 demo disc, first person shooter of sorts. It's a nice, do like the old steel cases when they started coming along, didn't they? Various limited editions. Okay, next up then, Baldur's Gate. Is it Baldur's Gate? Dark Alliance, yeah. Forgotten Realms series. Way back when I was younger, much younger, I used to read the old Dragon Knights and Forgotten Realms books, quite a few of them. So this was a natural thing to get. I hadn't played it for it. I think the second one goes for a bit more money. Where's the second one? Which I haven't got. A series I liked when I was very young, and also the remake, which is about near 20 years old now, Battlestar Galactica. This is a decent enough 3D space shooter, but to be honest, it's another one of the games just not got around to playing that much. I think I have the original, first one of these on the GameCube, on my PS2. Big Mother Truckers 2, Truck Me Harder. Basically you're driving a truck, obviously, if you don't know, and you're carrying cargo from one place to another. You have races with other trucks and various interactions with characters, including call her a lady. So yeah, it's a good game. It's alright actually. Adventure series, Broken Sword, Sleeping Dragon. Yeah, did have at least one Broken Sword game on the PlayStation 1, but I've not played the PS2 version, to be honest. Okay, here we go. First real good racing game that's on the PS2 was this, Burnout. I mean, Ridge Racer 5's alright. Remember, yeah. No, but Burnout, this is over 20 years old now. Burnout, yeah, that's great. Obviously started introducing daring racing, if you like, you know, build up your boost bar, give you extra boost. got better with Burnout 2, Point of Impact. More aggressive driving. I think the GameCube version has like extra crash junctions involving pile-ups and stuff like that. But the game really went to another level. Burnout 3 Takedown. My word, what a game. Fantastic. Spent some time with this one. Oddly enough, I've got 4 PS2 memory cards and there's a save on each one, so what's going on now? This then, obviously you ram them into the walls, you do all sorts of stuff like that. Oh, what a game. And the best in the series on the PS2, in my view. Dominator was good. I think that's a follow-up, or was it the other one? I can't remember. That was quite good. Not quite all the same, but they also introduced the soundtracks, didn't they? It was around the time pop punk had exploded, didn't it? So that was good. The weakest though was for me, Burnout Revenge. I didn't like this much. Got on it. Didn't get much on this one. So it's actually a fairly recent addition, so maybe I haven't given it enough time. Alright. World War II time. Call of Duty 2, the big red one. This is good. I do like these first person shooters. I seem to prefer like the World War II era for some reason. Maybe it's a bit simpler for me. I don't know. But yeah, really good stuff. I don't know where the others are. I used to have all of them. The only other one I got is World at War, which I've barely loaded up, to be honest. There we go. Okay, back to shoot 'em ups. Oh, I'm whizzing through these, but it's quite a few to get through. Castle Shikigami 2, War of the Worlds. I think this is the same as Shikigami no Shiro 2 on the GameCube. I think it's the same game. Been a while since I played them, so it's actually a decent vertical scrolling shooter. One of the better ones. Okay. A game I played on PlayStation more than PS2, or the series. Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex, Platinum version. See the black label instead of the white. Crazy Taxi, good stuff. Yeah, double game, isn't it? Now, next game, I did put some hours into this. It was a television series back in around the year 2000. And the woman who stars in it, or young girl, she was in, well, young girl, she's about 20 years probably at the time. Oh my word, did I fancy her or what? Anyway, it is Dark Angel, Jessica Alba. Whoa, watching this series, now I saw her a lot. The game itself is like a stealthy beat 'em up of sorts, stuff to do. So far, then it got really tricky. She really got to be stealthy, sort of thing. I looked at the save on the PS2 memory card, and it's 2003. So that's when the last time I tried to get any further with it. But, she was nice. Oh, and you really enjoyed the TV series too. The first season was really good. The second season had too much variation of the like mutants as it was. So a bit disappointing. But shame it cancelled after that. Okay. It's behind me here. Dead or Alive 2. Platinum version again. Great beat 'em up. Of course, it introduced the bouncing boobies, didn't it? Yeah. Good stuff. A series I've not really got into. Well, that was a good series. Devil May Cry. It's the only one I have, actually. Yep. Good stuff. No idea where this come from. Parts of the Caribbean. Which one was this? At World's End. Okay, action platformy hack and slash type thing, but I barely played it beyond loading. Vertical shooter time. Dragon Blaze. A couple of these actually go for quite a bit of money now. I don't think this is one of them. Well, it might be. That didn't help, did it? But, most of these got fairly cheap at the time, but a few of these have really gone up in price. It's a decent vertical scrolling shooter, much better than the likes of 1945. Another early one in the collection, ESPN Track and Field. Chuck some hours into this regarding beating hell out of the controller to try and get a fast time and stuff. Yeah, good stuff. Series close to my heart, this one. I didn't mind it. A lot of people didn't like the direction it took. I like going back to the Amiga days, but I liked it. Escape from Monkey Island. So it's all in 3D and all voice acting, of course, as Previous one was as well actually, Curse. Oh, that's great. It's good stuff. Yeah, I enjoyed this and I completed it. One of the games I had to complete. And a game I did quite enjoy, but I don't think I'll ever go back to it now. Ever Blue 2. You're diving in the ocean. It's an adventure underwater basically. It's been a while since I played it. Who knows? Yeah.
A series of races, points for places, it's race GP time.
Okay, so next up then, moving on to F. Forgotten Realms again, and Demon Stone. Another action RPG of sorts, hack and slash. One of them games, another one of them games where I wanted to get into, just haven't had time to play. So there it is. Okay, nice little sleeve for this one. Ghost in a Shell, standalone complex. Can't really tell much about this game. There was a film recently, and that's crap, I thought anyway. Yeah, it's just a nice sleeve anyway. 3D adventure sort of thing, I don't know. It's a fairly recent pickup. God of War 2, a nice box edition. This is like £2 in a charity shop because it's not in the greatest condition, but you know all about God of War. Shoot 'em up time, Gradius 3 and 4. That's the pretty decent shooters. Good series, Gradius. And probably the best shooter on the PS2, in my opinion, Gradius 5. For some reason I have 2 copies of this, I don't know why. Well, the other disc on the other copy struggles to load and the music doesn't play sometimes, but still, game still works. What a shooter. I mean, if any game needed another one in the series, it's Gradius, definitely. It looks fantastic. It plays really well even to this day. Yeah. Okay, the only one in the series I have for the PS2. Grand Theft Auto 5 City, and what a game it is too. 80s vibe, good stuff. Not like Grand Theft Auto, don't need to tell you anymore. Shoot 'em up time again. Gunbird Special Edition. Yeah, I mean, Gunbird 2 on Dreamcast, same game. Decent enough vertical scrolling shooter without being too amazing. Recent addition, or re-addition to the collection was Hurdy Gurdy. It's an RPG, collect 'em up, roam around type game. A bit hard to explain. It's quite an early game, I think. Core design. Another shooter, Omura. Vertical scrolling, this one. It's quite hard to get hold of now, I think. Yeah, it's alright. One of them games I had to get, compilation, Intellivision Lives. First console I ever had was Intellivision, which was handed down to me, so well, I have the Intellivision as well now, a bunch of games. I have to get this. Decent series in the PS2 and onwards, Jak and Daxter, Precursor Legacy. This is another one from my previous partner's collection. She played a lot of. I never played it, to be honest. Killzone, very good first-person shooter. It's the only one I have for PS2. Some more. A fairly recent edition, King of Fighters Maximum Impact. A big comes with a booklet as well. Nice sleeve. Good stuff. Now this series game's really gone up in price, whatever the system. I think the PS4 version is probably the cheapest one. Cloner, or Clonoa 2, Lunateer's Veil. Lunateer's Veil, can't even say it. This Cloner, or Clonoa, you can call it, on the PlayStation is great. I never played the PS2 version, to be honest. Again, it's another one from my previous partner. And the sense of vertigo you get, because it's like 2D, 3D platforming, it's quite immense at the time. She enjoyed it. I'll keep that for the fact it's worth a lot of money now as well. I mean, you're probably talking around £50 mark. This one's £2 apparently. Tomb Raider, The Angel of Darkness. Again, charity shop or where it was, I've not played it. A game I did put lots of hours in, the whole series from the PlayStation to the PlayStation 2. This was the last one in the series. It's out of date now, of course, goes without saying. Had a main manager, 2007. Oh man, that was great. It was great at the time. Yeah, I mean, I loaded it up recently. And, oh my god, I just couldn't play it. I literally couldn't play it just for the fact it seemed so out of touch. I mean, you've played like, I mean, I don't play much Football Manager these days, but Football Manager these days has moved on quite a lot. So, but that was, oh. Okay. If you wanted Ghosts and Goblins for the PlayStation 2, other than compilations, and a 3D version of it, this is the game. Maximo. This is a great game actually. Yeah, I'll say it's 3D hack and slash. Your character runs along in front of you. Really good stuff. Highly recommended actually. Really good game. Had a sequel which I probably haven't played to be honest. Maximo 2, Army of Zin, which probably is more the same, but I played it. Now this next game, I played on a demo disc, probably the official PlayStation 2 magazine. And this, to be honest, was the game that got me into first person shooters, despite having a few on the PlayStation and stuff. Maybe even like the advanced Amigas, but I never really played them, got into them. Until this come along, Medal of Honor Frontline. What a game. What a game. I love, I said earlier, I love the World War II setting for some reason. Bit bizarre. This, one of the games I played to completion, and the soundtrack to it, and just the actual gameplay and everything else. And when I did get the PS3 a few years back, I downloaded it, had to play the updated version. To play that through completion as well. D-Day, amazing. Great stuff. Oddly enough, the only other one I have now to PS2 is Vanguard, which is alright, but didn't quite hit the same. Frontline's easily the best for me, anyway. Series I've never got into, Metal Gear Solid 2. Yeah, Sons of Liberty. Just never got around to really trying to get into these series. Compilation time, Midway Arcade Treasures. Absolute ton of games. Obviously a few classics on there. A few duffers, Gauntlet Defender, Paperboy, great games. Midway Arcade Treasures 2. Yeah, probably not actually as good. Got Mortal Kombat on there. I think there was a third one which I've never got to. And Shoot 'em Up Time. Now this is a bit confusing because there's, well, it's Mobile Light Force 2. There's a Mobile Light Force game on the PlayStation. This game is basically the same, I think, as Gunbird or Shikigami. I don't know, they're all very, I know there's like a couple of different versions released on the same system, despite the fact they're basically the same game. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Right, but anyway, yeah, Mobile Light Force 2.
Hail and hello, old master of all things grog like.
What can I do for you, Mr. Marley?
Threepwood.
All right, sorry about that, Mr. Threepwood.
How'd you like to join a crew of courageous pirates on a dangerous quest?
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Great.
But I should really check with my boss first. Hey, boss!
What?
Can I have a few days off to join Mr. Threepwood here on a swashbuckling adventure?
Are you out of your grog-addled mind?
No. I guess I can't go. Damn.
Okay, so next up was N. Need for Speed Carbon, the Ultimate Edition. Nice sleeve. I played Underground, I think it was, but I didn't really get into the others. Well, didn't get around to getting into the others. It goes Pro Street as well. I think Hot Pursuit I had on the GameCube. I think I played that one more. Now, great series that I've actually downloaded the original for the PS4 now. Definitely needed like an update and stuff like that. I mean, They're great games, they really are. Let's get these in the right order, I think. Onimusha. Brilliant. What a great series of games. Action, adventure, hack and slash, so forth. Awesome. Onimusha 2. Can't be a lot more to say. And Onimusha 3. Which also had John Menno, actor, play one of the main characters. Yeah. One of the best racing games PS2 in the slightly later years was Outrun 2006, Coast to Coast. A good proper sequel to Outrun. I mean, I wasn't keen on Turbo Outrun or Outrun Europa or them, to be honest, but that's a good one. Now, a game I enjoy, but probably most people wouldn't, or probably didn't realise come out. Loved this game, played it to completion on all 3 difficulties, and that's Pirates: The Legend of Black Cat. Some places it looks really good, and other places it looks almost terrible. But it's an adventure, run around, collect treasure, hack and slash, also sail your boats, pirate ship battle, stuff like that. Also a multiplayer pirate ship battle. Some big bosses, you know, Blackbeard, a giant skeleton, giant crab, stuff like that. I don't know, I really enjoyed it, but I know it's not very fun. Next up then is Primal. This has the voice acting of a woman, Australian one I think she is, called Hudson Leak. She appeared as Callisto in Xena Warrior Princess. I didn't buy it for that, honestly, because she's not in it. You don't see her. It's like her. Yeah, it's a decent game. Loads of shoot 'em ups coming in this lot, by the way. Savaria, whatever it is, complete edition. Bullet hell shooter. This one's where you graze enemy bullets to improve your firepower and up your levels. It's quite good at that, but can't do it now. Raiden 3. Not a big fan of the Raiden series, to be honest. It's alright. The only one on the PlayStation 2 I have is an Ethan 4. Nice addition. Had the American version on the GameCube, which I played. Resident Evil 4, what a series, especially that game. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Operation Resurrection. I played it quite a bit. It wasn't up there with like Medal of Honor. It wasn't up there with them games, but it's quite a decent first-person shooter. Early decent racer, Ridge Racer 5. Loved the series on the PlayStation. Probably not so much since. Early game. That's funny, it's a game I haven't played, Rogue Trooper. There's been a few Rogue Trooper games over the years. I mean, the 8-bits had a Rogue Trooper, the Amiga had a Rogue Trooper, and I think there's one PS4 as well. Or R-Type Final. Some people didn't actually like this as much. I mean, Delta on PlayStation is brilliant. R-Type Final, I don't get very far with this. I'd like to, but I don't get very far. Now this might have been the other game that could be expensive now, I'm not sure. You look at that, 7 races, you're thinking, a bit like Onimusha, aren't you? Onimusha. It's actually a vertical scrolling shooter, if you don't know. I think it goes for a fair bit of money, or can do, I'm not sure. Decent vertical scrolling shooter. The Sega Classics Collection. Outrun, Golden Axe, Super Monaco GP, and so forth, Space Harrier. Game I haven't played, Shadow the Hedgehog, I don't know where it comes from. Limited interest in Sonic, to be honest. Showdown, Legends of Wrestling. This we get to play some of the ones you didn't see at the time, perhaps, in like SmackDown games and stuff like that. Yeah. Alright, it wasn't up there with the SmackDown games in the PS2. Now this game, I used to say it wrong for years, pronounce it wrong. Sylphid, The Lost Planet. Quite an early shooter as well for the PS2. I used to call it Slipheed. No idea, really. So it's into the screen, but vertical scrolling at the same time. That makes sense. And yeah, it's quite good. Quite good. Impressive series in the PS2 was Sly Raccoon. Not got the other two. Is that re-released, did it? I can't remember. No. SNK Arcade Classics. Probably mainly bought this for the game Last Resort, which is quite a good horizontal scrolling shooter. Loads of fires. Okay, of course. Soul Divide, another uncommon shoot 'em up. Yeah, this one I think you do hack and slash as well as shooting. Another early game for PS2 was Splashdown. I think there was a sequel. Pounding cash converters, I don't know. That's quite a decent water racer for its time. Spyro. What's this one? Hero's Tale. Yeah, I did play the Spyro games on the PlayStation. I don't think I've got any of them now. So, yeah, they're alright for what it did. Yeah. And here we go. This game I played on a demo disc and got me into it. I never played them before that. Or any sort of game before that. That's SSX. It's an early release of the PS2. This one. And what a great racing game it is. All started somewhere. EA Big was a little thing for the time, wasn't it? You can see it behind me. Maybe. That's just that tricky. Good sequel. Didn't like some of the characters, but then you don't play them, do you? I always played as Moby, if you know SSX. Always played as Moby. Sometimes Zoe. Tricky had quite a few strange courses, I'd say. One of them, almost like a pinball table, I think, in places, which I didn't like. It had a lift, like an airlift, which shot you up to another level, sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, still a good game. And the best of the bunch for me, SSX3. It's you against the mountains. 3 mountains, if I remember rightly. And what a game. Good soundtracks too. Introduced us to DJ Atomica, whatever his name is. He played on the Burnout series as well. Absolutely pinnacle. What a time to be into gaming. SSX3 and Burnout 3 Takedown. They did follow up with SSX on Tour, which is still a decent game. GameCube version, you can play as Mario or Peaches, or you can play as a Unicorn. It wasn't as good as SSX3 anyway, but yeah. Play snowboarding as a unicorn. Alright then, final section then, nearly there. T. T's for Taito. Taito Legends for Taito. Another one of them compilations with loads of games on there. Some good, some very good, some classics, some yeah. One of these did have some of the Darius games, which is quite good to play. That's followed by Legends 2. More the same, I think they had Darius on there as well. I'm right.
One of Melee's colourful, chemically dependent seafaring scallywags.
Now, a game I definitely liked when I was, although it wasn't brilliant, was Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. Features some of the voices, a bit of a tricky, so one of the games I just definitely had to get. First person shooter, pretty good. I did actually use a cheat to find play it all.
We'll be searching the 7 seas for sunken treasure.
Yeah, it's alright.
I'll take that as a no.
Star Wars Battlefront. Never did get a sequel, actually.
I'll take it back to your self-destructive binge.
Decent Star Wars. I want a bit of Star Wars, this is not bad. And more Star Wars. Race for Revenge. That's the only Star Wars I got, actually, for the PS2. This is a decent racer actually. Is this a follow-up to another racing game? I can't remember. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, another vertical scrolling shooter. Steel Dragon EX. This has 2 Steel Dragon games on there, if I remember rightly. 2D and 3D game modes, so yeah, it's actually a decent shooter. A decent bunch of shooters, a couple of shooters, if you like. Yeah. Again, I'm not sure if that's one of the ones that goes for a fair bit of money now. But no. Beat 'em up time, Tekken 4, Platinum Edition. Enjoyed the Tekken games on the PlayStation. Didn't really get into them so much on the PS2 or PSP. Just game tastes changed a little bit. I don't know, but it's a good game still, of course. This game I actually have on my mobile as well. Decent horizontal scrolling shooter, Tengai. Yeah, I mean, it's slightly different. I don't know, can't explain it, but it's a good game. You can get hold of it, of course, if you like shooters. Okay, Tetris Worlds has various types of Tetris, but that's a bit of what it does, but it's just Tetris after all. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, a game I started playing many years ago and never went back to it. It's good, I don't know.
No, talk to me.
That's all I got.
I'm not talking to either of you.
Sorry, my Gowan does crack now. Okay, Lord of the Rings again, Fellowship of the Ring. I've not played this one, so I really don't know much about it. Yeah, I mean, I love the Lord of the Rings films, they're brilliant, still hold up. Get around to playing games is another thing. This game I spent hours and hours on. Didn't play the games that came out before it. This version I did, Theme Park World. I tried Theme Park on the CD32 and it just seemed too much bother for me. Theme Park World, get into it a bit quicker. Problem with these types of games, you get so far, then you've done it. There's not much point to carrying on. Do all the rides, you can ride the roller coasters. When they break down, you replace them, and you made your money. Just nothing else to do, really, is there? But it's good for what it does. A series of games I played on the PS2 and the GameCube, because they came into their own by then. Advanced a bit more with the analog control. That's what it was. Tiger Woods, what's this one? 2006. It's the only one I know I have. Did have a few of the others. Got a couple on the GameCube. Yeah, I enjoy golfing. Well, them games I enjoyed. I mean, some golf games like. Beautiful Joe. There was a sequel. I might have on GameCube as well. Sort of 2D scrolling
He smells like he runs
action, beat 'em up of sorts. A few other things going on.
Caviar in a big
PlayStation console. Got a Wipeout. It's quite an early game actually, I think, on the rightly. Wipeout Fusion. It's good. Yeah, I don't know.
little termite circus. It's just like a food circus.
Just not played them as much as I did on PlayStation. I think. I don't know. Maybe it's because I went to the GameCube. Oh, what's this one? World Rally 3. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, good rally game. Got into rallying, Colin the Cray rally on the PS1. Yeah. Another series of games I played a fair bit of in the PS2 GameCube era, but not bothered about them since or before. WWF as it was, SmackDown, just bring it. Obviously had more of a story mode, loads of moves, build your own character. It was good at the time. I mean, it's going back to what, 2003 more or less, around there, 2004. Obviously a bit of commentary as well, so added to it. They were good. I mean, after that, I mean, by the end of the PS2 era and onwards, I just didn't care for them. Recent addition for £1 or £2 it was. XG3, Extreme G Racing. Similar-ish to Wipeout in some ways. Alright. And finally, and this game, oh, it's the first one or the sequel, it's the sequel by the way. About 10 years ago, we were going for a lot of money, but now they're quite cheap. It's funny how it changes. Yeah, anyway. Zone of the Enders 2, the second runner. I can't remember when I got this. This is the special edition. Not sure what's special about it, but it's like a 3D mech war fighter type, I think. I've not even played it. I just got hold of it because I could. And yeah, I mean, on one stage they were going for a hell of a lot of money. No, not now.
Well, at least their heating bill must be pretty low.
Oh, sorry, I'm doing it again. So that's my PS2 collection. I think it's about 90, just under 100 games. I said, yeah. So that's it really. I'm not really after anything else PS2 wise, to be honest. There are plenty of other great games on the system, goes without saying, but it's not a forgotten console for me. Probably holds, it's a whole some nostalgia. Obviously, my then partner obviously played some games together and stuff. But now, well, I'll say it's still some great games. It's free, Burnout 3, so on, Monkey Island. Yeah, its time hasn't gone, but there's no rush to go back to it. I will do it at some stage. So yeah, there we go. I'm going to shut up now because I've waffled on for ages. Thanks for watching. I don't know what you think. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.